Trick or treat is the only question President Trump's answering tonight. The White House strategy now, distance and deflect. President Trump tweeting today, sorry, but this is years ago, before Paul Manafort was part of the Trump campaign. But why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus?
Today's announcement has nothing to do with the president, has nothing to do with the president's campaign or campaign activity.
Sanders is correct that Paul Manafort's indictment never explicitly mentions the Trump campaign, but it does accuse him and Rick Gates of misleading the government, a felony, even after they joined Team Trump in spring 2016.
Paul Manafort has done an amazing job.
As for George Papadopoulos, his plea agreement directly relates to his work for the campaign, a role the White House today tried to downplay as limited. Papadopoulos was never paid, but he was named a campaign foreign policy advisor last March.
George Papadopoulos, he's an oil and energy consultant, excellent guy.
10 days after that comment, this meeting. Papadopoulos face-to-face with Jeff Sessions, who led that National Security Advisory Board at the time, and then candidate Donald Trump.
Did he remember anything about that meeting, his interactions with Papadopoulos, given that he's talked about his great memory?
I don't believe that he went into detail about the meeting itself. He remembers it taking place, but we didn't go into anything beyond that or any specifics.
The Papadopoulos plea, the clearest link yet between the special counsel investigation and the Trump campaign.
These two indictments and the guilty plea by Papadopoulos put this matter closer to the White House than we've ever known it to be before.
The White House says the president has no plans to fire the special counsel and says it's too early to talk about potential pardons. But remember, here at home, the White House wanted to be talking about tax cuts yet again. Instead, it's the Russia investigation dominating the day.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.